Let's just quickly give you the very latest as far as our topic is concerned. We're looking very closely at the decision of the Congress party to not attend the inauguration of the Ram Temple. That's a decision which has actually taken place today. I'm joined now by my colleague Sunil Prabhu. Sunil, what is the reason given by the Congress party to not attend?
Well, Vishnu, it's been a very difficult decision. It's not been an easy decision to arrive at. And the reason behind the decision to go ahead and not participate was taken primarily because of the fact that they saw it as a completely RSS-BJP event. Why did they see it? Because the temple isn't really ready for inauguration, but they're doing it in a hurry ahead of the Assembly Lok Sabha polls to have the consecration ceremony. And it's in that backdrop that the Congress party said it's more towards an electoral, decision and not for any other reason. And that is why it really has the stamp of the RSS and the BJP rather than a religious attempt. Having said that, they also have made it very clear, Vishnu, that religion is a personal affair. As Mr. Kharge pointed out, I could go to the temple today, tomorrow, or day after. There's nothing that stops me from doing so. And in that context, saying that even Shankaracharyas have, at least 4 of them have stayed away. Clearly, it has been an extremely difficult decision. There have been some reactions, in fact, from the Gujarat Congress, where some have been disappointed. It was a decision, as they said, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But nevertheless, they have taken that political call after weighing all the pros and cons, and they decided not to participate in what they term as an RSS-BJP event.
All right, well, Sunil, thanks very much for joining us with that. There have been some reactions already coming in from the BJP. This is what Smriti Irani has had to say.
कांग्रेस पार्टी का प्रभु राम विरोधी चेहरा राष्ट्र के सम्मुख प्रस्तुत हो चुका है। यह आश्चर्य की बात नहीं कि सोनिया जी के नेतृत्व में जिस पार्टी ने कोर्ट में दस्तावेज दिया था कि भगवान राम का कोई अस्तित्व नहीं, उस कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेतृत्व ने पुण्य अयोध्या धाम में राम मंदिर में प्राण प्रतिष्ठा के आमंत्रण को ठुकराया।
Well, joining us now, Mr. Hanumantaiah, Congress MP of the Rajya Sabha, Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan, spokesperson of the BJP. We are also joined by Desh Ratan Nigam, advocate in the Supreme Court, somebody who tracks the BJP and the RSS very closely. But let me go across now to Mr. Hanumantaiah. Sir, thanks very much for being with us. You saw Smriti Irani's reaction over there. Also a statement from the BJP, in fact a tweet, saying that the Congress will do anything and everything to appease minorities. It won't be a surprise if Rahul Gandhi-led INC declares to rebuild the Babri Masjid by demolishing the Ram Mandir. Was your move to not go to the Ram Temple opening inauguration, a political hara-kiri? Mr. Hanumantaiah, yes, go ahead, sir.
The Congress has taken a decision. Yes, Congress top leadership has taken the decision to not to participate in the event. The reason being, we believe in secular India, which always respect the individual bhakti or individual religion. Everybody has got their own choice and it should be your personal, not a public exhibition. After all, what BJP is doing today, they are inaugurating the incomplete temple and make it a national event along with the RSS. The agenda of RSS and the BJP is to politicize the religion in this country. It is not the question of majority or minority. The majority or the minority, we must respect their sentiments towards the religion. But BJP, from the day one, when Rath Yatra started from Advani ji, this issue has been a political issue.
But Mr. Hanumantaiah, in as much as you call this a political issue,
entered the politics now.
What does the issue of secularism have to do with it? I don't understand how the Congress says that the opening of this temple is not attending it is to work with secularism.
I will clarify.
Do Congress leaders not go to to temples, to mosques, to churches? So why not go over here? What does it have to do with secularism?
That is what, see, the secular country respects the constitution. You must keep a distance from temple, masjid as well as the church. It is the personal belief that every citizen of the country has, and they will participate, they will practice.
Sir, there are any number of images of Congress leaders visiting a temple, a church, a mosque. Do you seem to suggest that Congress leaders haven't gone to places of worship?
Please. No, let me clarify. It is the individual Congress leaders participating in the inauguration or in the temple. That is a personal issue which he believes. I don't think anybody is forced, but this is the political event. Why I am calling that it is a political event? It is because the incomplete temple is being inaugurated now before the parliament elections. Is it necessary? Is it the question? Is not the question to be asked to the government and to the Prime Minister.
Fair enough. So let me ask that question to Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan. Mr. Paswan, the Congress party says that this is directly related to the elections, the timing of this. How would you respond?
No, Vishnu, I was patiently listening to the senior leader of the Congress party, and he categorically said that going to a mosque, going to a church, going to a temple is not secular. So I have a report from April 3rd, 2014. Madam Sonia Gandhi, who has unfortunately declined the invite to the consecration of Shri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra Mandir. So Madam Sonia Gandhi goes to Shahi Imam Bukhari on April 3rd, 2014, and she categorically says secular vote should not split. So going to Shahi Imam Bukhari, asking for Muslim vote is secular. Madam Sonia Gandhi, in 2016, Sonia Gandhi hails the canonization of Mother Teresa. So that is also secular. Anything which has got to do with Sanatan, anything that has got to do with Hindu, anything that has got to do with Hindutva is a problem for the Congress party. And Vishnu, we must also realize and understand the fact that Madam Sonia Gandhi is only representing the Congress tradition. It was Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of our country, when the first President of our Republic, India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, was scheduled to visit the renovation of Somnath Mandir. Mr. Nehru disputed. But Vishnu, we must understand one thing, that there is a phase of minority appeasement of the Congress party as well. There is a section of the vote for which the Congress party is always concerned. So Congress party is trying to send a signal to apparently to a vote to which they have been appeasing historically. In 2007, Vishnu, we must remember that it was a Congress party Prime Minister who said, इस देश के संसाधनों पे पहला हक देश के मुसलमानों का है, the Shahbano verdict, and the reaction to the Shahbano verdict was the opening of the gates as well. Congress party historically, Congress party institutionally, Congress party structurally is a Hindu-hating political party. Congress party cannot see that after 500 years of struggle, a moment of Hindu renaissance, a moment of Hindu resurgence is finally happening. But let me also tell you this very clearly, that this is going to be the final nail on the coffin of the Congress party, because they are insulting the sentiments and the aspirations.
We'll get to that perhaps whenever that happens or doesn't. But I think to that point, Sanjay Jha, would you like to come in? That there is a certain double standard in the Congress party. The BJP spokesperson, Mr. Paswan, outlining several instances of Congress leaders having visited places of worship. Today, if the Congress says that they're not going to visit the opening of a temple, right, and an important opening, it's based on a Supreme Court order, then doesn't there seem to indicate double standards?
Vishnu, let me tell you upfront that I am actually disappointed that the Congress party is not going for the Ram Temple consecration, because the fact that the BJP is politically hijacking it is a reality. Absolutely. The fact that Bhagwan Ram, who belongs to all of us, is being converted into an electoral asset by the BJP, a crude exhibition, I believe, of religion into politics, is also a reality. Yet, I feel that the Congress party could have been there, as well as made the same statement that it is making publicly in the press release. They're not mutually exclusive. Both were possible. But here is a very important point. the BJP is the last party on the face of this earth to lecture the world on Sanskar, Sanskriti and Sanatan. After the Supreme Court verdict on Bilkis Banu, Vishnu, I mean, Bilkis Banu was an Indian woman. Forget her religion for a moment. And this is a political party that allowed such a vicious, ugly experience to go through for her.
No, but Sanjay, I mean, to the point.
Is this a party that can even lecture the world on morality, on ethics, on integrity? The answer is no.
No, but this is not so much a debate on ethics or morality. It's simply about the Congress deciding against going and the political ramifications of that.
Yeah,
I think Bilkis is a separate issue which we can discuss separately and which we have.
No, but
I'm not sure that I don't see the link to this conversation, Sanjay.
No, I do see a link. I do see a link because everywhere I've heard the BJP talk about, the eclectic religion called Hinduism. But there is a difference, Vishnu. I don't think the BJP or the RSS or the VHP can issue certificates to all of us on the program or to the viewers as to who is a good Hindu and who is not a good Hindu.
Okay.
I mean, they are not custodians of Hinduism.
Can I
they are
respond to him?
Damodar Savarkar's Hindutva, which was coined in 1923.
Okay.
Hinduism is centuries old.
All right. Okay. Got it. 1 sec. Deshrata Nigam, would you like to respond to this? That, it's not for the BJP to decide who's a good Hindu and a bad Hindu.
Well, Vishnu, it is not the BJP or the RSS who's deciding who's a good Hindu or bad Hindu. It is their own karma which is deciding whether they are good or bad Hindu. Immediately after the Mumbai meeting of Indic Alliance, the Hindu hate and Sanatan hate came clearly forward through Priyank Kharge and Junior Stalin. The amount of vitriol that had come from their mouth and the spewing of poison is for everybody to see. So it was not a very surprising thing when the Congress rejected this invite. And this invite is not from a political party. It is from a Ram Mandir trust, which was formed on the direction of the Supreme Court. And to say that it is a hurry, 546 years is not the hurry to Sanjay Jha and the likes of Sanjay Jha. We waited for 540 years, we fought for it. And from 1885, we had a legal battle and patiently we got it. And then they are saying it is in a hurry. We are in a hurry. They don't see 546 years of delay out there. Secondly, it's a civilizational issue. More than religion, it is civilizational. Ram Mandir represents the continuity of Indian civilization, Bharatiya Sabhyata, that we have to realize. It is beyond BJP, beyond Congress, and beyond Sitaram Yechury's party. So therefore, let us focus on the temple at hand. Participate through your own will. It is as Mr. Paswan pointed out, various instances. There is a chain of events. So I am certainly not surprised with the rejection of the invite, which was not from the Prime Minister or the cabinet. It was through the Ram Mandir Trust, and they invited almost everybody. But most of the Indic Alliance people are rejecting it, including Samajwadi Party and others.
Okay, therefore, I just wanted to go across to Dr. Sajjan Kumar, who's been waiting. Politically, how do you see this playing out in the run-up to the elections?
Vishnu, in run-up to election, certainly this issue has been imbibed to BJP since Janasangh days. So certainly they would be credited and they would be the prime beneficiary. But coming to the point of what would be the political ramification, and if any party is really interested in making the event apolitical, suppose BJP as a party is trying to extract maximum electoral dividend. Now, the best response for any party would have been to be a participant to the occasion and try to make it as much a collective occasion as possible. And therefore, boycotting is as much political and a communal response as you are accusing the BJP of. Second, the stance of Congress of not participating in it goes into, it sends a very confusing, it seems that party is a bundle of confusion. Who is deciding? At one point of time, we see the leaders are also trying to take credit for the building of the construction of Ram Temple by saying that Rajiv Gandhi was first to open the. Second, remember when the foundation stone laying ceremony in 1989 happened, Rajiv Gandhi as the outgoing Prime Minister sent India's Home Minister as Government of India's guest. So whether today's Congress, is it really in awe of its own legacy? Or do we see today's Congress as a new kind of a advocacy forum, which is taking a center-left or a left-centric ideological stance and forgetting its own kind of a very balancing act of trying to make outreach to both Hindus and Muslims? So that way we are not sure who is deciding and who is calling the shots. Because one section of the Congress party is trying to be as much a genuine and bona fide claimant of the temple movement. Other section we find who is more radical than today many of the left party.
Okay, let me get a response.
Sitaram Yechuri, we saw many.
Sure, let me get a response from Mr. Hanumantaya over there. Sir, is the Congress party internally divided? The Congress party cannot disassociate itself from this entire temple movement either. I mean, there have been, examples which were just raised on the role of previous governments and prime ministers, towards this movement. Therefore, how can you say today that you won't be a part of it?
See, Congress party from the beginning, even from the first Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru to Manmohan Singh ji, they were practicing the religion, they believe in religion, it is their choice. And BJP cannot decide who is a good Hindu, who is a bad Hindu. They are not the judgment makers. They cannot do that. See, if I participate in an event, it is my wish and it is my thinking. And it is my opportunity. If I don't participate, I cannot be called a bad Hindu. And Congress party cannot be accused of appeasement when you make this temple movement for political ends and calling it, we are for Hindus and Congress is not for Hindus. You cannot say so. Congress has worked for the last 75 years and 140 years for the people of this country, including Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Parsis, everybody. So just because I am not participating in a BJP sponsored, VHP sponsored, RSS sponsored program, you cannot be called as a bad Hindu or non-Hindu or appeasement politics. Then what are they doing? What BJP is doing? Are they not doing the majority appeasement politics by doing these kind of activities? Are they doing the real politics and real the constitutional guidelines? Are they believing in it? It is not so. So Congress taking a decision because we don't want to participate in a religious function for our political ends. We never wanted to do that. So it is from Pandit Nehruji to all the Prime Minister, we never mixed the religion into our political gains and political ends. That is not correct, and we follow the constitution.
Let me just wrap this up by going across to Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan as well. I'm sorry, there's a bit of a time lag over there. The Congress makes one point which is interesting when they say, and I quote from their letter, the inauguration of the incomplete temple by leaders of the BJP and the RSS has been obviously brought forward for electoral gain. It is a fact that it is not entirely complete now. It's being rushed ahead of the elections before the code of conduct, etc., come into play. Therefore, is there not merit in what the Congress is saying? Dr. Paswan, go ahead.
No, Vishnu, I think we must understand, I think we must have to understand one simple fact, that India is a vibrant democracy. There are elections every now and then. That does not mean that the process of governance should stop. But my friend from the Congress party, very senior leader from the Congress party, was suggesting that the Congress leaders cannot be accused of appeasement. Excuse me, that has to be the biggest lie of this century. Congress party can do iftar parties. Congress party has hosted iftar parties. That is absolutely fine. Congress party can question the existence of Ram Setu. That is absolutely fine. Congress party in 2007 goes to the Supreme Court and questions the existence of Bhagwan Ram and says categorically that Ram is a figment of imagination. And you rightly pointed out, Vishnu, that there are internal politics within the Congress party as well. But historically, let me remind my friends from the Congress party of the iconic Lal Bal and Pal. It was Lala Lajpat Rai who started the Hindu Mahasabha.
Right.
It was Bal Gangadhar Tilak who constantly spoke about the Hindu resurgence. It was Bipin Chandra Pal who said that politics cannot be separated from Dharma. And it was Mahatma Gandhi. For God's sake, it was Mahatma Gandhi whose last words were, "Hey Ram." Mahatma Gandhi said, "Dharma or Rajniti dono avashyak hai." So you are accusing us of mixing religion and politics, but you have to understand, like I said, this is happening after 500 years of struggle, after supreme sacrifices of
Paswanji, I need to wrap this up because I'm out of time. But quite clearly, the political fault lines in this are all too clear, and it's quite clear that there's going to be a great deal of political rhetoric on this. BJP leaders not wasting a moment to react to the Congress party's decision of not attending. Is this something which is going to be political harakiri for the Congress party. That's something that needs to be seen.